like the key song that I think like for me was like actually changing it.
Well, what do you mean, or what do you mean?
From
what
like,
type of music?
From that like 90, this was the sort of first 1988, 89, but like you feel the sort of dance music taking over from that 80s, brings that sort of, just change then.
You have to try and keep the volume to a little bit, mate, because you won't make you hear yourself talking.
This was like, I think the song that first come out, everyone was hearing this song, was like Jack had a group from this group came out.
Ooh, Jack and all that, aye. So this was the first one, who's this?
This is Mr. Fingers.
Oh, Mr. Fingers, aye.
Can you feel it?
Aye.
Like I've been to actually a few clubs and always like there's been a couple of times I've actually played this.
So
the
like,
last record, you know, like as if like that's where you're relating to.
So like what happened was, like you say, like at the body popping scene in the 80s, and then it reverted back to the sort of house music before S Express and all that.
Yeah.
So go, and then this came out, Mr. Fingers and that, and then you had your S Expresses and all that coming in, and then it went acid, didn't it, with Morris Joshua and people like that, and like Stack a Humanoid, which was another killer track, you know. Got that humanoid, isn't it? That's good. Like right into it, isn't it? How like the change happened. I mean, I'm sure the first version of Stack a Humanoid would have been 1989, like 1990, because that's when I heard it, like when I was about 16-year-old, you know.
Like Big Dog Hill.
Silver Bullet now, man. That was 1988, wasn't it? That was more rappy, wasn't it? Sure, I've just seen it. I've just seen that stuff. I knew it was and that would have been about 1989. So when you listen to the difference from that compared to Acid, it sounds totally different, doesn't it? But yet it was from the same era. The changes occurred, didn't it, around about 1988 and 1990? Because I remember leaving school with a few of the lads who I grew up with our shields, and we were all listening to Acid music. That was one of the first tracks I heard in 1989.
I know you used to go on about this all the time.
Stack a Humanoid. That was an amazing track, you know. That and the likes of Acid Man. And Morris Joshua, This Is Acid, which was American, you know. This was a killer track, this. I think when everybody heard this, it was a totally different level in dance music to what we've just been here and there, wasn't it? It was a just total change, you know.
Plus as well,
I mean, this was by Stack a Humanoid, composed by Brian Duggins, aye. mean, I've got a 12-inch in the house, about 7 versions of this. It's amazing.
Well, as well, I think that like people started going to like raves and that, obviously dance music starting to come up, how people started going to raves and stuff. Instantly straight away you can feel the drugs and the music. Like you've got like, it's just that like, they call it acid, like acid house music, people are taking acid.
Aye. And that was before ecstasy, wasn't it, as well? That was before everyone started taking things. This was like 1989, 90. I mean, we couldn't even hardly get in a club at that age. But I remember watching people going to clubs, you know, dropping acids, weren't they? And they were like, you know, like listening to all this. This was a whole new scene. I'm not saying Stacker Humanoid was the first acid track. Don't know who it was, but I'm assuming it was Morris Joshua, you know, in America. Because it didn't hit Britain until about 1989, 1990.
Yeah. Plus as well, the instruments, like, they had that rolling TV303 that sort of came from that 80s and was just a little machine, rolling machine. And that's where the sort of like acid sounds come from, and that's what people call that rolling machine, like an acid machine. So that TV303 was in every other dance track. That's what sort of defined that sort of era.
This wasn't the original version, was it? That sounds like a remix, that. Like the original one, it goes, you know, doesn't it? It like comes in, doesn't it? That's it, that's the original one. That's excellent, that one, isn't it? When I heard this, like, that was it. Just got straight into it, you know? You got any more?
Actually 1990.
This was amazing, this, But this has got more of an ambient feel as well, hasn't it? You can feel the ambient in there. And that, so this must have been the early creations of the modern ambient dance music. LFO, you know? I mean, this was amazing, you know?
That mix is called LFO, Leeds Warehouse Mix. Obviously, like clubs in Leeds, like Glasgow, started to like kick off with dance music and stuff. And I think that's where a lot of these big, you know, where actually a lot of the dance music was at the time. You know what I mean? Like, Leeds was really good. Newcastle didn't even come into it probably by then. I mean, yeah, they had like Resurrections and they started having.
But a lot of people who were born in this area still knew about it.
Oh, definitely.
Because I remember as a baby listening to all this. I used to listen to all this music. Well, people used to go to the beaches, didn't they? People used to have like beach parties and get stoned, didn't they? With a bass generator. And you go down the beach and the police never used to stop it. Did they? The police never used to stop it.
Like illegal raves, wasn't it?
But it was just like sort of real as well, people like bob hairstyles and that. But that would have been about 92, that. After another couple of years, you know. Alright, that's excellent, that one at LFO.